Striker! It's Category 5. The first ever.
Alright folks, it seems like it's the perfect moment to delve into why Pacific Rim 3 would have tied into the Godzilla vs. Kong universe. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's jump right in and explore everything we can expect from Pacific Rim 3. Get ready for some exciting insights. So here's the scoop. Stephen S. DeKnight, the director behind the scenes of Pacific Rim 3, spilled the beans that it would have somehow connected to the Godzilla vs. Kong universe. Now, we all know how much fans have been clamoring for a third Pacific Rim flick, but sadly, it doesn't seem to be in the cards, especially after the lukewarm reception of the sequel. But hey, don't lose hope just yet. There's still some Pacific Rim action to look forward to in the form of an anime series dropping next month. Now let's talk robots versus monsters. Pacific Rim is all about those giant mechs duking it out with colossal creatures. The first movie didn't exactly smash records at the domestic box office, but it sure made some waves overseas. And let's not forget those iconic moments, like that jaw-dropping prologue with the first Kaiju attack, or the epic showdown with Otachi, where Gypsy Danger holds a ship to use as a weapon. Now, onto the sequel, Pacific Rim Uprising. While it didn't quite hit the same high notes as its predecessor, it still had a couple of standout moments. I mean, who could forget the Mega Kaiju Showdown? It was a highlight. And let's be real, ever since the Monsterverse kicked off in 2014, fans have been buzzing about the possibility of Godzilla crossing paths with a Jaeger. Even Guillermo del Toro himself has expressed interest in such a crossover. So, who knows? Maybe one day we'll see these titans face off on the big screen. While the idea of a crossover between the Monsterverse and Pacific Rim may seem like a pipe dream, director Stephen S. DeKnight of Pacific Rim Uprising fame has hinted that such a connection was part of his vision. Responding to a fan inquiry about the possibility of a crossover, DeKnight revealed that his plan for Pacific Rim 3 included a conclusion that would somehow link both cinematic universes. This revelation from DeKnight is intriguing, especially when juxtaposed with comments he made 3 years ago. Back in 2018, the director expressed his interest in a potential crossover between Pacific Rim and Godzilla, although he noted that the decision ultimately rested with Legendary, the studio behind both franchises. Now, with the mention of Pacific Rim 3 incorporating a connection to the Monsterverse, it seems that DeKnight's ideas may have evolved or solidified over time. The prospect of merging the worlds of Pacific Rim and the Monsterverse raises intriguing possibilities, particularly in terms of narrative and world building. One major obstacle to consider, however, is the disparity in timelines between the two universes. According to the Pacific Rim lore, the first recorded Kaiju attack occurred in 2013, which poses a challenge given that Godzilla has been wreaking havoc since the 1950s in the Monsterverse. As a result, the two universes would likely have to remain separate but find a clever way to cross over or connect. One imaginative scenario could involve Godzilla stumbling upon a dimensional portal that transports him to the Earth of the Pacific Rim universe. This unexpected journey could introduce a new classification of kaiju unique to that world, prompting Godzilla to navigate unfamiliar territory. Conversely, a Jaeger from the Pacific Rim universe could find itself transported to the Monsterverse, where it encounters a variety of creatures, some of which may not be inherently hostile like the kaiju they're accustomed to facing. While the idea of a full-fledged crossover or direct connection may remain a distant dream for now, fans can take solace in the fact that both the Monsterverse and Pacific Rim are expanding with new content. The recent release of Pacific Rim The Black, an animated series set in the Pacific Rim universe, offers hope for future projects within that franchise. Similarly, although Godzilla x Kong New Empire marked the latest installment in the Monsterverse, in the end, whether or not a crossover between the Monsterverse and Pacific Rim ever comes to fruition, the mere possibility sparks excitement and speculation among fans. As they eagerly await new developments in both franchises, they can continue to imagine the potential of these larger-than-life worlds colliding epically. Despite the uncertainty surrounding the future of Pacific Rim 3, there's still plenty of reason for optimism, especially with Charlie Hunnam's openness to reprising his role under one significant condition. Hunnam's willingness to return speaks volumes about his faith in the franchise's potential and the caliber of talent involved in its creation. The condition? It's a simple but crucial one: the return of visionary filmmaker Guillermo del Toro to write and direct Pacific Rim 3. Del Toro's absence in Pacific Rim Uprising was widely noted and often cited as a contributing factor to the sequel's lukewarm reception. His directorial prowess, combined with his deep affection for kaiju films and meticulous attention to detail, is what elevated the original Pacific Rim to greatness. Without him at the helm, the sequel struggled to capture the same magic that made its predecessor a beloved classic. Hunnam's insistence on Del Toro's involvement underscores the importance of having the right creative vision behind Pacific Rim 3. While other filmmakers may possess talent and experience, Del Toro's unique perspective and passion for the genre make him the ideal candidate to helm the project. His ability to infuse his films with rich storytelling, captivating visuals, and memorable characters sets him apart as a true master of his craft. Unfortunately, the likelihood of Del Toro returning to the Pacific Rim franchise seems slim, given his lack of interest in the project and his busy schedule with other endeavors. Despite Hunnam's hopeful remarks, the reality is that Pacific Rim 3 may never come to fruition without Del Toro's creative leadership. Nevertheless, fans can take solace in the fact that Del Toro's influence continues to be felt in the world of cinema. His upcoming projects, including the television series Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities and an upcoming Frankenstein film, promise to showcase his unparalleled talent and imagination. And while Pacific Rim 3 may remain a distant dream for now, Del Toro's legacy lives on, leaving an indelible mark on the world of science fiction and fantasy filmmaking. As for what could be explored in Pacific Rim 3, the sequel, Pacific Rim Uprising, sets the stage for a thrilling continuation of the franchise. While it may not quite match the storytelling depth of the original film, Uprising expands on the mythology and introduces intriguing new elements that pave the way for an epic third installment. One of the key revelations in Pacific Rim Uprising revolves around the alien race known as the Precursors, the true masterminds behind the Kaiju attacks on Earth. As we delve deeper into their motivations and machinations, we uncover the existence of a clandestine ally among humanity, working covertly to facilitate the Kaiju invasions. This discovery not only sheds light on the broader conflict, but also hints at the potential for a dramatic shift in the narrative landscape. In a tantalizing post-credit scene, Jake Pentecost hints at the direction Pacific Rim 3 could take, suggesting that the next phase of the battle against the Kaiju will require a bold new strategy. With the threat escalating and traditional tactics proving inadequate, the stage is set for a daring mission, venturing into the heart of the Kaiju's realm to confront the enemy on their turf. John Boyega, who portrays Jake Pentecost, further fuels speculation about the third film's direction, teasing the possibility of an interdimensional showdown. He suggests that conventional Jaegers may not be suited for this new environment, hinting at the need for innovative technologies and unconventional tactics to prevail against the otherworldly threat. The prospect of exploring the Kaiju's domain opens up a wealth of storytelling opportunities, from uncovering new adversaries and environments to delving into the origins of the Precursor and their motivations. Pacific Rim 3 has the potential to delve deeper into the lore of the franchise while delivering pulse-pounding action and high-stakes drama. And with that, we've explored the exciting possibilities for Pacific Rim 3 and discussed the potential directions the franchise could take. What are your thoughts on the expansion of the Pacific Rim universe and the potential crossover with the Monsterverse? Share your ideas and predictions in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to hearing from you. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates, and stay tuned for our next video.